Motherhood is a natural instinct, so any young woman has a dream to hold her newborn baby affectionately and takes care of him. For that, Alamal Libyan Emirati Hospital OB-GYN, Pediatric and IVF Center opens its doors to IVF and on sound scientific basis. From now on, there is no need to travel anywhere in the world for gynecological treatment. Here, on the spot, close to where you live, a high-standard medical center, Alamal Libyan Emirati Hospital on the airport road in Misrata. The hospital possesses the first developed center in Libya for IVF and OB-GYN, and this center is among the most important realizations of a Nobel company for medical services. It established the Alamal Libyan Emirati Hospital.
The idea of the center is the outcome of decades of practice and experience of a group of Libyan doctors. They have founded the center in the hospital, complying with the international standards.
The reception and information staff carefully listens to the visitors and gives the right orientation according to their needs, and they are received by specialists for the appropriate diagnosis and treatment. The final diagnosis of each case takes place in the examination ward, which is equipped with the most modern diagnosis machines, such as the 4D echography device. The doctors engage in carrying out the necessary checkups to be sure of the specificities of each case. As a result, they are able to establish the appropriate protocol in details for IVF.
نظرا لاحتياج هذه الخدمة هي خدمة الإخصاب المساعد.
Due to the need for assisted reproduction services and in order to reduce the number of Libya patients traveling abroad for that, we have tried hard to provide in the center the most recent technology.
هذا المركز المتخصص الفريد من نوعه داخل.
This specialized center is unique in Libya, and it diagnoses the cases of infertility, their treatment, and relative surgical operations.
The birth of Louise Brown, the first IVF baby in 1978, represented a distinguished scientific event, and it opened the doors for hope for the couples suffering from infertility. Ever since, millions of babies have been born, and that led to the continuous development in this field, hand in hand with the modernization of equipment and genetic laboratory. Those conditions have made motherhood a fixed truth. We dare say that the establishment of Alamal Libyan Emirati Hospital is a unique event in Libya, thanks to the availability of the most modern equipment in the specialized wards and thanks to the facilitation of the different stages of IVF. The hospital is distinguished by the availability of an OB-GYN lab, one of a kind in Libya and the whole Arab world.
Among the benefits of this OB-GYN laboratory is that it works with microarray to diagnose the genes. Such equipment has existed in the world for the last 2 years, and Misrata Alamal Hospital is the first in the Arab world to install it.
Complementary multi-specialists, medical and scientific staff members meet to study deeply each case and debate on the smallest details of each file to agree eventually on the treatment protocol. This is the operating room for the extraction of sperm from the testicle of those who do not have spermatozoid. This is the genetic laboratory and the IVF section. Here, the experts analyze the spermatozoid and select the best and strongest in order to fertilize the egg and then keep it in the gene incubator.
In this center, we find highly safe incubators, and for the first time in Libya, we use a microscope for the MZ egg injection. This technique is very modern, and it has been introduced in international centers only during the last 4 years.
The gene section relies on an elaborate working approach in a closed, highly sterilized unit using laser and special cameras to avoid any hand contact. The whole process of extracting the egg and injecting the genes is displayed on the monitor screen so that it can be directly observed. Alamal Libyan Emirati Hospital OB-GYN and IVF Center adopts an approach of genetic imaging connected to computers, enabling the control of the development of the embryo in the incubator for 5 consecutive days so that we have no need to take the embryo out of the incubator.
على كل بويضة مخصبة كاميرا خاصة بها تصور.
For each fertilized egg, there is one special camera to observe it for 5 days, and the monitor assesses the quality of the genes and to choose the best.
This is the sperm and cells freezing lab, where the sperm is preserved according to the available number and the intention of reproduction frequency. All the stages of the process of infertility treatment, from the first check up until delivery, are recorded in specific software. The software contains all the data about the checkups, the operation, the analyses, and the ultrasound images since the first days of pregnancy.
كل هذه البيانات التي تؤخذ من
All the data collected about the couple and all along the different stages, from the checkup through the lab analysis until the stage of fertilization, all recorded in their respective files for checking and information. The data could be delivered in hard or soft copies.
يعمل مختبر
Alamal Libyan Emirati Hospital, OB-GYN and IVF Center relies on Libyan and Arab Muslim competency, preserving the confidentiality of the cases and the privacy of the patients according to the legal regulations in Libya.
Actually, it is connected to an international program in order to achieve the highest accuracy level.
منظومة من شركة ميديتكس.
The German approach, Minitax, is used right from the beginning of the process.
كذلك نعمل على إصدار اللائحة.
We set an internal regulations pact in the IVF process in accordance with the Libyan law.
Labs with modern equipment managed by a multinational medical team with a high degree of competency with specialists in the field of OB-GYN IVF, besides an experienced nursing team and an administrative board selected with care according to the highest standards of science and experience in the world. There is nothing more than beautiful than the fulfillment of a dream to have a baby in perfect health conditions, a baby spreading happiness around the family. There is no better moment than that when a mother holds her baby while being overwhelmed with happiness and hope. Alamal Libyan Emirati Hospital OB-GYN, Pediatric and IVF Center